Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. We've got a fun one. We've got Alex Yoosup Lim and Michael Stryker in an RTSL relegation round robin game. And here we have it. We're going to be watching from Alex's side, as always, with Stryker. He doesn't like to show his side, or rather, he's unable. So context here: both Alex and Michael finished 5-5 in the Stalin division, along with Harib Flores. Now Harib beat Alex in the first game of the round robin. Michael has beaten Harib as well. So what that means is that if Alex wins this one, they'll all wind up 1-1. Alex will advance in that case, because Alex will stay safe in that case because he finished the season first, and Michael and Harib will play in the relegation playoff. If Michael wins this game, Michael will be safe because he went 2-0 in the round robin, and Alex and Harib will be in the relegation playoff. So here we go. So Stryker opens with Vietnam to Alex's Marshall. Alex with a nice hand here. He does burn his 4-up, gets into Pakistan and Lebanon, as well as fixing Iran. I think that's fine. You could have considered going into Malaysia there as well, just to force the take of Thailand here, but I think it's probably fine. I doubt Stryker could trigger the war here if he's got it. But that would really be the only purpose of going into Malaysia. Yeah, this should be this. Okay, yeah, gonna. Interesting. Okay, so Stryker uses a 3-op to take Iraq, and then Alex immediately decides to retake domination in the Middle East by taking Egypt. Okay, defectors for influence, and Stryker does use his Vietnam bonus. Interestingly, doesn't take Taiwan, just spreads out into Malaysia. Doesn't take Taiwan, doesn't take Thailand. Stryker picks up 2 VP. Alex will answer with the scoring, and Alex has 3 cards. In his AI war, not really an issue. Suez is mildly annoying, and then obviously D-stall. This should be 2 Thailand. Oh, okay, gonna not even bother with the second in Thailand. And Alex is going to stop Dom by taking India. Giving up Suez in the process, but not a huge deal here, especially because he's about to give up AI war as well. So UK and France both overprotected, and Europe scored. There'll be time to refill these. Alex with no access to Thailand. So just the 2 in Thailand seems fine for now. And yeah, flashes the record there. Alex is 0-4 against Michael Stryker. That is barely. I am barely better than that. I'm 1-5 against Michael. Wow! And Michael decides to coup with blockade. He decides not to trigger it. So D-stall. So Alex is going to be able to hold D-stall here, unless he draws D-call and gets purged, and he does not. Okay, so Alex has scored Europe domination. Asia looks pretty even at this point. IP war headline, yeah, and there's a purge. No surprise there. Alex going to try the war and hit it. So Alex with a nice Middle East domination here. I suspect we will see a coup in the Middle East from Stryker, but maybe he has a 5-year plan Middle East, in which case he definitely coup Panama instead. Alex a pretty good hand here. He got 2 4-ops in the first on turn 1, and he's got 2 more here on turn 2. Stryker got the last one, which of course was purge. Okay, pretty nice roll from Michael. Alex decides he's going to take Iran back. And now, though, with the war gone, Stryker has the opportunity to do just that. Yeah, and now Stryker with Asia Dom. Yeah, I think Alex moved a little bit too fast. I don't know if taking Iran was necessarily the wrong move per se, but Alex Alex needed to hang on to Pakistan there, and now he's going to give up an Asia Dom. Yeah, and there's decall. So, okay. Now Alex needs to fix up Angola. I think he needs to fix up France as well. So turn one was all Alex, but now after this purge, Stryker picks up an Asia Dom. Yeah, Alex allowed that flip. Of course, if Alex had overprotected Pakistan, Stryker could have just taken South Korea, which would have given him 3 battlegrounds. So good chance he gives up domination anyway. Alex overprotects France with c5. Now he's going to give Comic-Con here, certainly. Oh, and there's special. Another annoying card for Alex to not get anything out of. And okay, so Comic-Con is actually a little bit important here because Italy's just at 3. So I think Alex is going to have to put 1 into Italy. Okay, now he goes Saharan. Perhaps setting up realigns on Algeria. And there's Middle East. So Stryker does give up the 4-point Middle East Dom, and that's a sigh of relief for Alex. Alex, interestingly, puts another one into France rather than taking Europe Dom with UK. Worried about de Gaulle, but he gets de Gaulle. Ooh, also redraws Purge, Duck, Blockade. That's a nice card to see. And Alex spelling out the cards. Thank you, Alex, for letting us know what card Stryker has. Stryker does have 5-year plan. So what does Alex do here? I don't know how effective Purge is. You're going to want to preserve your ops. This could be a containment hand, potentially. Or a duck. You duck for 3 VPs is nice, too. Okay, it's going to be containment, or excuse me, yeah, going to be containment. There's AI War, succeeds on a 5. Stryker gets the roll. Okay, so a couple of VPs, flip over Israel, the 1 influence in Israel. Stryker goes with a 2-op coup, presumably on Angola. He'll hit that roll as well. Okay, so things looking better for our friend Michael here. However, Michael does not overprotect Pakistan, and Alex immediately flips it back. So how many ops will we get out of containment? Presumably you're going to blockade D-stall, so that's 1. Romanian 2, Duck 3, de Gaulle 4. And then the question is, are you going to space sock govs or use it or hold it? That could be 5. So even with that flip of Pakistan with China, you could see a 5-op containment here. Stryker probably annoyed to give up Pakistan, but he can retake Dom just by taking South Korea and force. He can force Alex to take Japan to stop Dom. This, I assume, will be Egypt and 2 South Korea, which would stop Dom in the Middle East and take Dom in Asia. No, we're going to overprotect Nigeria. Okay. Stryker not worried about Middle East scoring. Alex very concerned about Asia. Right now is 6-6 country-wise, 3-2 battleground-wise. Stryker can retake Dom by taking Burma. Alex under containment, though. So Alex should be able to fight this. Stryker also certainly does not have Europe scoring. Would have dumped it by now. Probably would have been a better headline than AI War. I mean, rather... Sorry, he could have Europe scoring, but he also has 5-year plan. Algeria was kind of okay. No, unless Stryker's out of known cards, I don't know if I love this. Stryker could be out of unknown cards, but I don't. I might have thought about a Lao flip there. stop Dom, but Alex not worried about it for whatever reason. Okay, yeah, there's Korean War. Got to overprotect Lao, stop Middle East Dom. That makes perfect sense. Romanian's a 2-op, so sure, take South Africa while it's contested. And then Panama and Mexico will also be important. And we're probably looking at a purge hold from Alex to potentially headline on turn 4. Could be particularly helpful if Stryker hangs on to 5-year plan. Stryker going to overprotect his Asian battlegrounds, even though he is still hanging on to China. So I think this is refill and take Panama. Yeah, okay, and then you blockade D-stall to take Mexico. Okay. So Alex ahead in Europe. Stryker spaces U.S.-Japan. Interesting. So it could come around. Yeah, I mean, U.S.-Japan actually a critical card. Taking Japan would stop Dom for Alex. Stryker could have triggered U.S.-Japan and then jammed the influence right back into Japan. But with Alex under containment, that's probably not a great idea. Okay, Alex's turn 4 hand leaves something to be desired. Does get some ops here. Also picks up IP War, which I'm sure is a relief. One small step, not likely to be an event. It could be an event just to stop the double, but no space cards here for Alex. And we'll see how Alex wants to play this with Asia in his hand. Needs to either take Japan or flip a country. Ooh, Allende, big headline from Stryker. That's a critical card there with D-stall in the discard. Stryker, I'm sure, not happy to be purged. I assume we'll just see a coup here of Zaire, perhaps Nigeria. Oh, excuse me, what am I saying? Those are already red, so this will be a coup of Panama. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, so Stryker now purged, but he was willing to use that 4-op right away. Alex trying Cuban realigns and misses. Interesting. Alex could have gone with -1 realigns in Chile, which and try to get 2 out. Instead goes with Cuban realigns to start. Stryker certainly will want to spread out of Chile, or at the very least take Chile. Alex clearly doesn't have VOA. He would have played it by now, so he's not worried about that. Oh, interesting. Stryker dumps Middle East, giving Alex another chance at realigns if he wants it. Alex needs to take Japan. He's not worried about a Pakistan flip because of the purge. Alex uses his big cards right away in hopes of making something happen in the Americas, but it did not work out for him. South African is not a bad event, especially under purge. Get a realign in on South Africa, take Africa Dom. That does open up Alex to get mill ops. So well, that's gonna open it up as well because you're gonna grab D-stall. So that's huge for Michael. Very happy to see that. And yeah, Alex not in Panama, so can't really do anything to stop a big D-stall from Michael into South America. No wonder Michael was fine allowing Alex another crack at realigns in Chile. Big old China card coup of Zaire, and he hits it. Wow. Okay. So a big roll. So Michael gets Middle East scoring off for even. And Alex, okay, Alex realigns Cuba out in 1, which is nice. He gets 1 out of Chile, but we're still going to see a D-stall here from Michael, I assume, on this AR. This should go Panama, Venezuela, and I'd probably just go Brazil and Argentina as well. We'll see. Panama, Venezuela, Brazil, and back into Cuba. Okay, yes, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. But Alex gets it out. Alex gets the Cuban influence out right away. Tries again with Chile, doesn't work. Yeah, Jeremy's right. It did go. Cuba was a better choice than Argentina with Fidel out of the deck. Absolutely right. Okay, and Michael decides to use Quagmire to take presence in South America and in Central America as well. Okay, so that was a pretty good turn for Michael, but will Alex get VOA? He will. Oh, that's huge. No, I don't know. Is it really Junta? That was a mighty quick Junta from Alex. I might have taken a breath there and thought about VOA. VOA would have taken Stryker out of South America. Now, if Alex, there you go. Yes, talk about ties. Oh man. Yeah, Junta drops DEFCON, denies the coup, but you're only really worried about Mexico. Algeria is realignable. Yeah, and this means... Okay, and this decall means he'll be able to take Algeria if he wants. So critical here, what is Michael going to do on AR1? Is he going to VOA prove South America? I would have headlined VOA if I were Alex, I think. Junta's such a good headline for both sides in a situation like this where South America has influence but is not filled. But I think VOA would have been a little bit better. But, okay, we move on. Stryker uses OPEC for influence. Okay, so he takes Chile, and now the VOA will knock Stryker out of the top half. And, yeah, I think that is fine. Has to be VOA right now. No question, and no question those three. Algeria or Indonesia would be my fourth. Yeah, I think Indonesia's fine. You obviously don't want to lose Algeria because you could be staring down the barrel of a control, but it is realignable. Puppets obviously has to go to space. Stryker misses, so now Alex can space at his leisure. Okay, Alex going to give Willie. Could have just used CIA there and not given Willie, but I guess because you're definitely spacing Liberation here, no question. And you wouldn't space Willie, but you might hold Willie. But I guess this way you free up CIA to be a coup. Okay, yeah, there goes Libs to space. Alex misses as well. We've got a tight game here, folks. This is a very close game. Now, Junta and D-Stall are gone, and the top half of South America is empty. So Alex with the advantage to get in there. Michael, we might see even a Colombia play from Michael in a bid to get in there himself before Alex tries a Uruguay play. Oh, brush. Is that going to be Argentina? No, going to be Italy, and he hits it. Oh, huge brush of Italy there to stop the domination in Europe. Wow, JR. Take some lessons from Michael. That's a huge roll on brush. Gets just enough to flip. If I were Alex, I think you go into Uruguay here. You do not want to get even realigned out. Yeah, you do not want to get even realigned out of Argentina, and you want to threaten Brazil before Michael does something like poke Argentina, go Colombia, something of that nature. Yeah, this will be Colombia. And now Alex with the decision. He can coup Colombia. Yeah, he could. Yeah, and he's gonna coup it. Alex needs his mill ops anyway. Stryker needs a 3. He gets it. Alex is going to try the coup again. Oh, just a 2. Not the roll he was looking for. And does Michael have a card to coup back with here? Yeah, Alex has Brezhnev to coup back with if he needs to. Stryker thinking about this play. I think it's got to be a Colombia coup unless he has some kind of problem he needs to deal with. You cannot allow Alex to freely take Venezuela and Brazil. Winner of this game is safe in the Stalin division for another season. Loser has to go to the relegation playoff. And who do they have to play in the relegation playoff? Well, it's just some guy named Harib Flores, some unknown player. Okay, ooh, a 5-year plan. Interesting. Of Panama Canal. So, okay. Stryker trying to get into Venezuela before he had to give up Panama. And instead, Alex is going to assume a nice domination in South America. He draws a scoring turn 6 along with a ton of garbage. Very low ops. So good event hand. Sadat, obviously a good event. Camp David probably will be evented as well. The Pope can be an event. But garbage ops. So Missile Envy to start. We've seen Flower Power, We Will Bury You. We have not, I believe, seen Muslims. So that could be important. And Stryker, in fact, may headline. Oh, just Stryker going to headline Europe and just pick up the 1 VP. Will Alex pick up Muslims with Missile Envy? No, just gets arms race, so Stryker does not have it. And a 2-op coup in Argentina. Yeah, that wasn't going to move the dial. Alex thinking about Cuba wanting to take a central Dom, figuring he can't do anything about Africa, so might as well take Dom there. ABM is around, I do believe. And Michael beats Alex to the space track again. Southeast Asia scores there. So Michael still with a tight lead. 3 VP lead now with now realigns have been set up in Panama. So we'll see if Michael has the scoring. Okay, probably got a coup Colombia here. I don't think you can allow those realigns. Yes. Correct. Chat pointing that. I said ABM is unseen, but Michael does not have ABM. Ooh. Coup with the Pope. The Pope would have broken control in Poland. Perhaps give Michael something to think about. And he misses on the roll. So yeah, don't play the Pope for ops, folks. All right. And again, Alex tries the coup in Colombia, forcing Stryker to deal with potential realigns here. Yeah, definitely don't send your game to me to be commented and be playing the Pope for ops in a situation like this one. Now, to be fair, Warsaw is. I also like Camp David for the event as well. Panama, to me, is not. I don't know. I would have rather taken the Pope event and the Camp David event, especially with Flower. You just gave Flower power, so Camp David takes a war card out of the deck. Yeah, these are events that I would have wanted. Yeah. Alex doesn't discard, perhaps worried about drawing Africa, and understandably so. Michael, I suspect, will take South Africa and perhaps do something else. Okay, yeah, just going to overprotect, does not take Colombia. Alex, looking for Africa, does not find it. Just going to take Che and Muslims, leave the rest. And we go to turn 7. Europe redraw, perhaps a little bit annoying for Alex. Alex does pick up ABM and nuke subs. Okay, UN, Bear Trap, Yoosup, Latin American Death Crisis, both scorings. Cultural and Portuguese Empire crumbles. So, Stryker going to pick up an Africa Dom. Yeah, that math ain't mathin' for you, Alex. CRG's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I suppose CRG could go South Africa, Botswana, and 2 1-stabs to temporarily stop Dom. That's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult for Alex to stop it with even with ABM. Oh, and Michael does go. Oh, yeah. Very surprised to see that. Very surprised to see that from Stryker. Headlining Africa there, although perhaps he didn't have a better choice. And maybe he was anticipating an ABM headline. Be a UN of Bear Trap and a coup in Mexico with Central in his hand. Just rolls a 1. And yeah, why not try a coup of Panama? Oh, he hits the roll. Huge, huge with Central in Michael's hand. Alex dumped Muslims on turn 6. Michael could have redrawn it, but Alex dumped it. That's an annoying 8 points that Michael's going to have to fork over. I guess perhaps 7 if he coups in for presence. Okay, yep. And Alex says, fine, take your presence. I'll give up the 1 in Europe. And this will be 7 in Central. So we've got an even scoreboard heading into the late war, perhaps. Alex is not going to get arms race off. OAS makes sense into Peru. Okay, so the Americas looking very blue. Africa favors Michael, but Alex was able to stop Dom, and the scoring is gone. Alex is going to trigger Sadat. Yeah, okay, so a big roll there from Michael. I think Alex wants to trigger Sadat here, and which would give him Middle East Dom. Asia's even right now. So the board definitely favors Alex, but the game's not over by a long shot. Okay, Alex gonna just do some tidying up here, overprotecting. Take a Middle East Dom. hanging on to Sadat for whatever reason. I guess he is perhaps worried about a Muslims redraw. We'll see if Stryker, see what Stryker's got here. Yeah, cultural for the event. And shuttle gives Alex Dom in Asia. Doesn't matter in the Middle East at the moment, but Alex still hanging on to Sadat. Okay, Alex draws Middle East and War Games. So let's take a look at this, folks. Now Middle East is 4. This would make it 6 with shuttle. There's also a path to 3 space VPs, so War Games very much live here. And boy, EEU sure would be a really powerful event if the Pope had been played had been played for the event. But as it is, it's not going to do much of anything. Yeah, space and OSS could be a big number. Could be enough to get into War Games range. No friendly scorings out there for Michael. Europe and Africa are his best regions, and they are scored. Michael, at this point, needs an event like IP War, potentially needs a Muslims. Or Hostage Crisis is in Alex's hand. That's certainly going to space. Missile Envy. Okay, well, forget about War Games, folks. That's the end of that. Alex going to be in it for the long haul here. Now, Lone Gunman, I believe, is around. Oh, and there is CIA. Oh, well, the Lone Gunman not around anymore. Michael gives up CIA. I assume we'll just see a coup in Africa here. Michael showing Brush War. What is the target going to be? Perhaps could be in the Middle East. Alex misses on the coup. Stryker is now presenceless in the Middle East. So that is important. I didn't even mention that. So this has to go into Syria. Oh, no. Oh, what a mistake. No, never mind. Sorry, never mind. Alex has to Missile Envy. Alex has to play Missile Envy, at which point Stryker can retake presence. Boy, I would have loved to see Alex perhaps threaten something with those 2 ops to distract Michael from taking presence in the Middle East, but he does not. He can't really anyway. Oh, and there's Gunman. Okay, so there's Gunman, and that's going to take Syria for sure. Yeah, I would have loved. Yeah. Alex, I think perhaps maybe should have put one in Syria so Michael couldn't do that. Okay, and there goes Brush. Oh, and that's a huge miss. Huge miss. Hostage Crisis to space. Alex misses, so much for the 3 VPs. I think you might still event. You could still trigger one small step, but maybe you wouldn't because you're worried. Okay, and Michael gets his 3 VPs. Alex could be concerned about Ortega, because Ortega would then become unspaceable, and you wouldn't have headline peak. Another special trigger for Alex. Michael is in a position here where he needs to flip some battlegrounds. So Asia's even, but Middle East, Central, and South America both heavily favor Alex. Michael up battlegrounds in Europe, but he doesn't really have a path to domination. And of course, Alex up on the board. Gunman and CIA both gone. Alex does have to worry about Ortega, but it is spaceable for him. Stryker definitely behind here, but not out of it. SocGov's event takes from the battlegrounds. Yeah, Alex just going to play a little defense with EEU. Not really going to do much as an event with the Pope not evented. And then 5-year plan for a coup in Uruguay that does not do anything. Stryker gets rid of 5-year plan. Interesting. Now, South African wasn't going to do much for him. But, okay, here we are. Here we head to turn 9. And a nice hand here from Alex. He gets Aldrich and redraws the Pope. That could be interesting. Pope event plus, and then in Solidarity. But the biggest event here perhaps could be AWACS. AWACS... yeah, you don't want to headline AWACS because Michael could have Muslims. Muslims would be a big event for Michael. But AWACS to stop Muslims and solidify the Middle East would be huge. Junta. Okay, Junta's going to flip over Argentina, presumably. Okay, and a big roll there. Star Wars. Okay, got a retake. And yes, Alex gets AWACS off. So now, even if Stryker takes Saudi, he's almost certainly keeping the Dom. CMC to take Saudi. Yep. I believe that's the last open battleground on the board. Yep, they are all spoken for now. Reformer has not been triggered, so Glasnost event makes sense. Yep, I know. Would have been nice to be without having without presence in the Middle East. Okay, Alex spaces. Bert the Turtle. Michael gonna space. He gets to discard. That'll stop Dom in Africa. But Mike, so South America is now even. Oh, this would be a huge event. Oh, and it's 1 pip short. That would have given Michael Dom in Asia. That would have made this a very interesting game. As it is, I think Alex is in great shape here. Warsaw is around, I believe. I believe Warsaw is around. But yeah, no issue just jamming Poland there. Yeah, Alex with 2 comfortable Doms on the board. Okay, Michael's going to take Dom back with decall. But yeah, and now Alex with Dom in Europe as well. Okay, Michael's got to have Warsaw and more if he's going to have a chance here. So we will see. Michael dumps Camp David. Oh my goodness, what a monster. Got Purge for turn 10, VOA, and he gets Warsaw. So Warsaw and Warsaw as well. He now potentially an issue with Ortega. Terrorism is around. So Alex is going to have to space Ortega if he gets terrorized and give Warsaw. But I think Alex still has this one given the state of Central and the Middle East. We'll see what Michael comes up with. Big 4-op. It's a big 4-ops there. Yeah, and Michael says, "I'm done." He knows that he doesn't have it, and so yeah, just a huge hand there for Alex. A bunch of 4-ops, including Purge, had Warsaw, and had a VOA as well. So definitely would have been Alex's game in final, and Michael says, you know what, I don't want to waste my time on a purge turn 10, which is going to be miserable. So Alex gets the victory. He is safe in the Stalin division for another season. Congratulations to Alex. Michael will be sent to the relegation playoff, where he or Harib will be sent down to Division 2, and one of them will stay up in Stalin for another season. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one as much as I enjoyed bringing it home to you. That was fun, but now it's done. So long, everybody.